Okay, um, this is the second tutorial. Uh, in this video, I'll be showing how to do the basic aircraft model setup. That is, how do you get your 3D model from your software into Unity in such a way that it will be compatible with the system. So to launch a tutorial, let me have the model folder. Alright. So the model I'm going to be using for this tutorial and for all the videos will be this AC-130 model. A couple of things I have to make sure is this is a turboprop powered aircraft, so the engine ports have to be separated, and the pivot has to be at the very center of the object. So how you can do that is you can go under the hierarchy, affect pivot only, then click on center to object. That centralizes the pivot to the object center itself. The propeller, you do the same thing for each of the propellers. If now here's where you have a slight difference. If you're actually interested in setting up destruction for your aircraft, you have to separate all the parts that would go apart when the aircraft is destroyed. Like the wings will be separated, the engine boards, the external fuel tanks, the tail, and any other parts that you really want to be separated from the main aircraft when it is destroyed would have to be done here in your 3D application. Also, you have to separate the control surfaces. Here I have the right aileron, and you should note that the pivot has been set to be correct so that when I rotate around the pivot, sorry, let me switch this off. When I rotate the aircraft around the pivot, it is smooth and very correct. So I have to do the same thing for each of the flaps and the same thing for the elevators and the rudder. They have to be separated and the pivot has to be correct. You can do that in Unity after importing the model, but I would advise it to be done before importing into Unity. So I think the model is ready to be imported, so let me export it and take it to Unity. Desktop AC-130. Alright, save. And let me find the file. Desktop here. Alright, now the model is in Unity and I can start working with it. So the first thing I have to do is go and open the new scene. Alright, this is just a scene with the weather controller, the canvas for displaying the properties of the aircraft, and just the basic things you need for the aircraft. So I go to where my model is, then I bring it here. Alright, now because I want to use real world dimensions to model the aircraft, I have to measure and make sure that the dimensions are correct. So I have something included in the package, which is the ruler. This was measured from 3ds max to be 1 meter, to be exactly 1 meter. So once I bring it in, I position it right at the center of the object. Alright, then I stretch it out to make sure that it is actually corresponding with the length of the object. So let me use this view to make sure that everything is right. Okay. Alright. So this is around 27.8 meters, let's say 28 meters roughly, which will check and confirm if it is correct later. Alright, so the next thing I have to do is group my model bodies into their different parts. Alright, so the first thing I have to do is create a new game object called body, and within it I create another child called control surfaces. I create doors, then I have another one called extra. This is where I keep everything that doesn't really have a straightforward function. Okay, so the first thing I do is pick out the control surfaces. So the right flap, the rudder, then go to the left side, left flap 1, flap 2, elevator, aileron. Then I move everything right into the new control surfaces game object I just created. Then yeah, ignore this. Then the next thing I have to do is create a new engine system component, engine system game object, sorry. So let me finish with this: the windshield, the vertical tail, right wing, left tail, left wing, left tank, left tail, interior, this F inch, then this. Move all these all these game objects into the extra game object. Then the doors, move them into the doors game object. So move the engines into the engine system. Create the minigun, the weapon system, then miniguns, then let me move this in here. Okay, so then let me have tanks. This is to hold the external tanks, the right and the left tank. Oh, I think I moved the left tank in here. Alright, so where is the tank? Alright, here's the tank. Then I have rear gun. The rear gun also goes into miniguns. Okay, so this is the rear gear, and this is the front gear. Let me create a new gear system and move them within that. Okay. Then the last thing I have to do is parent the propellers to their respective engines. So this is engine 1 to left propeller 2. Then this is engine 2 and this is left propeller 1. This is engine 3, and this is right propeller 1. Then obviously right propeller 2 goes into engine 4. So now my model setup is complete. So let me save the scene. Oh shit. I think I should have another scene in here, just in case. Folder scenes. Enter. So let me save it here. Save scene as Elantra tutorial scenes AC130 tutorial. Okay, so that will be it, and I'll be back for the basic aircraft setup.